Hello. Now let's move to the second law of Mendel. The second law is the law or the principle of segregation, which states that at the point the gametes are forming, the hereditary factors, which are the genes, they become separated so that each of the sex cells, either the egg or the sperm, will receive only one kind of the gene. And now is still stressed by saying that during the formation of the gametes, either the egg or the sperm, then the two alleles which might be responsible for a trait will separate from each other. Remember, the alleles are the alternate forms of the genes. They're talking about the formation of gametes, eggs and sperm, the two alleles which are responsible for a trait. I said it could be a dominant or a recessive allele. They separate from each other. So the alleles for a trait are then undergoing recombination at fertilization to produce a genotype for a trait of the offspring. Very important. We mentioned at the time we were defining genes that recombination, at the time of recombination, crossover, at that point is when the traits are passed down the line to the offsprings from the parents. So the law of segregation states that alleles for a trait are recombined at fertilization, produce genotypes for the traits of the offspring. Example, how the law of segregation applies. I told you the Punnett square. We have parental generations. You can see the alleles. Capital T, small t. Capital T will stand for the tallness. Small t will stand for the shortness. Both parents are heterozygous. The genotypes for the parents, they are both heterozygous. At the point of recombination, they form the genotypes. That is what the law of segregation says. So you can see each of those alleles independently of the traits. But then at the point of segregation, they recombine in fertilization. So the female have capital T, small t, the alleles. The male, capital T, small t. The F1s, the first filial generations, which you see in that bracket. The first one, the first box will have capital T, homozygous dominant as the genotype. Second box will have capital T, small t, heterozygous, capital T, small t, heterozygous. The pink boxes, the three pink boxes, talks about a phenotype which will show the three of them tall. Now the law of dominance coming handy. The capital T, small t, the capital T will suppress the small t, so the phenotype which will be expressed will show the tallness. So the three will appear tall, and then the one which shows the yellow box is for the homozygous recessive, and at that point the phenotype, those individuals will appear short. So that is how the law of segregation apply. So there is a relationship between the law of segregation and meiosis. The correlation is between the movement of chromosomes in meiosis and segregation of alleles that occur still at the point of meiosis. So it shows much how the correlation between the movement of chromosomes in meiosis and segregation of alleles